Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're watching this, this is now 2023. Okay, I'm excited. I hope you are excited. The real tea is that I am single, and I just wanted to make this video for all my people who are going into the new year and who are starting the new year single and they feel alone. Now, going into the new year single, I'm pretty excited about it. I think you shouldn't look at it as a way of I don't have nobody still. Instead, you should look at it as an opportunity for you to get to know yourself more. I find that when you're in relationships with people who don't understand you and you don't understand them, you're constantly trying to understand them or get them to understand you, but you don't even know you yet. So you're trying to understand them and trying to get them to understand you while also trying to understand yourself. And especially if you're coming from a place that's not healed. I personally don't think while healing, you should be in a relationship, because there's going to be certain things that come up in relationships, in the relationships that you're in, where you're constantly being triggered, especially when you don't know your triggers. Leaving my last relationship was hard. And I was one of those people who I would constantly try to tell somebody what they're doing wrong to me, or how they can fix this or how they can fix that. Oh, if you just text me good morning every day, that'll make the relationship better. Or if you just cuddle me at night, if you just introduce me to your family, that'll make me feel like this relationship is serious. That'll make me feel loved. And the truth is, you won't feel loved until you love yourself. And then once you love yourself, that's how you'll be able to recognize what's not love. That doesn't look like love. That's a red flag. I need to leave. We oftentimes wait until there's something major that happens in the relationship where we want to leave. The person has to cheat on you for you to leave. But yet he or she has been showing signs of inconsistencies from the very beginning of the relationship. So you don't have to wait until the person cheats or disrespects you to leave. If you feel unsafe in the relationship where you feel you cannot express yourself, you cannot tell the person how you feel about certain things, then you should leave. There's so much to 2023. I truly believe 2023 is the year of awakening, where we're more spiritually inclined and using our discernment to pinpoint who's here and who's not here for us. And just because they're not here for us, or we can't be in a relationship with that person, doesn't make them a bad person, but they're just not a part of your journey. And you have to be okay with understanding that this person isn't a part of my journey. I used to always be once I have a boyfriend, this is my last boyfriend. This is my last relationship. I ain't dating nobody else. I'm not dating nobody else because this is it for me. And then I'd be dead wrong. And then I'd be crying because in all reality, I'm thinking that I love this person, but I love the idea of finding somebody and that's it. The dating scene outside in New York, I can only speak for New York. Well, I can speak for a lot of other places too, but it seems like it ain't going too good. The dating culture now is very much transactional. If you do something for me, I can do something for you. It's very transactional, and I'm not really here for it. And when it comes to certain men, I definitely feel like they feel entitled to us women having to prove ourselves. Or a lot of people feel I don't even want to put a gender on it, but a lot of people feel you have to prove yourself to me first. And it's no. If we come to the table with our plates and forks and utensils, and we come to the table with whatever we're bringing to the table, then that's when we just see okay, well, I like this, I like this, I like that. But we can't live in the facade or mystery of a relationship saying you know what, I wonder if I invest in him, is he gonna invest in me? It's just conniving. So if you're going into the year single, be happy. This is an opportunity for you to love yourself, for you to go to the gym, for you to start budgeting your money, saving your money, for you to think about where you want to live in this country or outside of the country. This is a time for you to grow with God. Most importantly, every morning for these last 2 weeks, I've been waking up and praying and talking to God. And I've also been silent. Most of the times, back in the day when I first was talking to God, I would just be yap, 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 yap. Wouldn't even wait to hear confirmation or something, or wouldn't even like just do anything. It's just me just dot, 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 dot. God, this is what's happening. Da, 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 da. Can you da, 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 da. Please, please, please. Matthew 6:33. Matthew 6:33. Seek and you shall find. Like, I was just going off the hinges, and like this time I've been using the silence as a way to confirm the things that he says. And one thing that I want you all to know is that he is going to be there for you. Like, regardless of anything, you might feel like no one's there for me, my mom's not there for me, my dad's not there for me, my siblings don't like me, all these things, but you still have God at the end of the day. So when you're going and you're walking in faith and you're walking in singleness, this is the opportunity to dive more into your purpose. Life hits you, and it hits a lot of people very hard, some more hard than others. It doesn't even matter. Life hits you, and when it hits you and when you feel like this loneliness, don't lean on to other people to fulfill that, because it's going to be a constant trend in your life. You're going to lean on to a friend. Something happens with that friendship, or you're leaning too hard on this friend. This friend cannot hold your burdens. People cannot hold your burden. They don't want to hold it. They don't want you to call them every other day like, oh, I still miss them, oh, this, that, and the third. No, they don't want to do that. There are people who you can confide in, but it's selfish to give people that type of burden. This is why you have therapy. Like, this is why you have therapists, because these are people who you could give. This is your job. Like, your job is to listen to my problems and then help me come to a realization of what my triggers are, how can I do better for myself, and how can I do better in relationships with people in general. But this is something that was on my heart and something that I just wanted to share with you. You have the opportunity to decide what type of love you want for your life. You cannot change anybody. You get to see how that person loves. It's like what Iyanla Vincent, I think, says, right? You get to see how that person loves and decide if you want to participate in that. And then that's how you leave, because trying to pull somebody's teeth to make them love you the way that you want to be loved is not going to work. And there's people out there who's going to love you the way you want to be loved and more, because we don't really know. We don't really know what we want. We have ideas, but once that person comes into your life, if you're not healed and if you're not the woman that you want to be, you're not going to get the man that you want. Why would you get the man that you want? And why would God present that man if you're not the woman you're supposed to be yet? There's so much more to life than just being in a relationship with someone. Sorry guys, the video cut off. But if you must hear steps to healing while going into 2023, then here it is. 1, take care of yourself. However that may look like to you. Whether that's meditating in the morning, praying in the morning, going to the gym, maintenance, because sometimes when you look good, you feel good too. It works. It definitely works. It might be momentarily, but it still works. Eating healthy. The things you eat affects your mental. I didn't know that until I lost 20 pounds within a year. Like, I really didn't know. Your gut is directly connected to like your mental. In some article I read that. I'll attach the article to the description box, but understand that the way you eat affects you. Now, you might be in a household where you're just full of traditions, where you're eating chitlins, pork, pig, everything that you shouldn't be eating. It's up to you to change the habits, and it's up to you to set the standard. I know it may be hard because, it's not your house, especially if you're not living by yourself. It's not your place to just, tell your parents or tell your grandparents what to cook or what they should be eating. But at this point in your life, you should be cooking for yourself, if that is the case. Number 3, set your priorities. What do you want to prioritize this year? And for me personally, my relationship with God is number 1, because once I do that, everything else is going to come into play. Matthew 6:33 is, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all these things shall be added onto you. And I wholeheartedly believe that for me and for everyone. Begin to write the vision and make it plain. What do you want to achieve this year? How are you going to achieve it? Or what mistakes did you make last year? Think about it. Like, did you come into the year last year partying and turning up, and then you realize you've been turning up every weekend since? How have you been budgeting your money? If you have any big goals that you're ready to achieve, whether that's moving, starting a business, how much money do you need? These are the type of things that you should be thinking about going into 2023 single. You shouldn't be thinking about what he's doing, or why did he feel like he could disrespect you, or why is it this, or why is it her, or why is it not me, why did I choose him? No. If you want to do some introspective work, I suggest doing some shadow work, asking yourself questions like, what are my strengths? Do I treat others better than I treat myself? These are questions you should be thinking about. Do I value myself? Because if you valued yourself really and honestly and truly, you would not have ended up in such a chaotic relationship. It could have ended on good terms, but for many of us, the relationship didn't make any sense to begin with, why you was with the person. A lot of times your spirit tells you you shouldn't be in a relationship, but you force it. I remember when I was in college, I met this guy that I liked me first though, and he just kept pursuing me. I kept saying no. I even at one point said, oh, I heard you get around. And guess who dumbass ended up with him? Me. And guess who ended up single? Me. And so it's just like, how do I find myself constantly in these situations? That's something that you need to reflect on. Why do I keep choosing the same type of guy? Hey, these guys are kind of similar to my dad in the way that he's emotionally unavailable. Like, there's just so much things that you have to self-reflect on, and not the other person. Don't reflect on the other person that you're not in a relationship with no more, because that relationship is over. You left it in 2022. Let's keep it there. The past, the things, everything, like, it wasn't that great, sis. It wasn't. You need to think about yourself for this year. You need to prioritize yourself and think about why you have been making the decisions you've been making, and how have they not benefited you. And maybe it is a benefit in a weird way. Like for me, I think about it as, if it wasn't for the breakup, I wouldn't have leaned in towards God. And it sounds crazy, but it's just like, some relationships are brought into your life just so you could be closer to God. It's like you touch the fire, you're like, oh snap, okay, let me go back to where it was safe. And then you never leave there. That's the problem. You keep wanting to step out. No, hold on to God's hand and keep pushing forward. But don't be stepping out then trying to come. It's no backsliding no more. We not backsliding in 2023. We heading for wherever we said that we're going to head in. We're going to be about our word. So anybody who's going into 2023 single, I need you just to clap yourself up, because it's about to be lit. When I tell you it's going to be lit, it's going to be lit for you. You're going to accomplish so many things. You're going to just be filled up with life again. It's like when you're with people, they drain you. You're constantly wondering where they are, what they're doing. It's all going to be about you. And watch, when you put God first, that relationship that you really want, that comfort that you really want from another person, is going to come from yourself. And then when that person comes into your life, when God brings that person into your life, you're not going to have to doubt it. You're not going to question it. You're not going to be gaslighted. You're not going to be manipulated into thinking he's the one, because you love yourself so much. You're going to see how that person loves, and you're going to be able to say, wow, this is crazy. Like, I never experienced that before. It's just going to be so revealing and so obvious. You're going to be amazed. And I just wanted to leave y'all with that, because I know a lot of people are kind of, optimistic, but also still kind of withdrawn from a lot of things, because they're coming into this new year single, while some of their friends are engaged, getting married. And we're at that age where people are engaged and getting married, and it's okay. It's okay. okay, trust me. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment what are some of the goals that you're going to do to heal from your last relationship, or what are you promising yourself this year? Let me know. As always, please be safe and kind to yourself. My Instagram is Ja the Goat, ZHA the Goats. And my personal page is Nilla Warfare, NIAA Warfare. You can follow either one. I'm mainly on both of them at this point, and I just made a TikTok, so that's also Ja the Goat. And I just hope you all enjoyed this video. There will be more to come. Bye.